Somebody stole my mirror. Thank you, little guys. Hi. Hello. I had to take my hair off. It's too hot. It's too hot right now. I just hope it doesn't rain because I don't have anything for the rain. Garbage bags. Oh, this isn't even my stuff. Oh, this goes to the top of the pen. It's pretty bright. Acquired maturity. God. Hello. Hey. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Are you teasing me? That's like, haha, I'm in a camper. You're in a tent, little bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, look, pretty, the moon and stars. My little Taylor. How did this light on fire? Motherfuckers. Ooh, a match. For put, and you got a little bit of pudge and no butt. Put it on, and you like got butt, got butt, you got butt. Cute. You're froze? How froze are you? Stop. If Coco says it's her, she can have it. I'll let Coco have what Coco wants. Like, can I just say what I think I said? That's only because that's what the clientele likes. Did you hear a guy? Do you guys remember the guy that was like all talking to me and everything, and like he just wouldn't shut up? Did you guys know that? I don't think I told you. Yeah, the police came last night, surrounded him. He escaped from a mental institution. Yeah, I made a big deal about it. He's like, he's a killer. He seemed really sweet to me though. Where did it go, Tayhotrish? Where did it... Oh no, I squeezed the fish too hard. Oh no, just come back. Don't stop, just. I'm lucky that didn't happen, huh? is nice and pretty. This is for people that like colors. People that are happy people. What I missed? What happened? What was that? Tell me, I want to know. It's a happy day. I know it's thing about the happy day. Today doesn't last forever. It is a temporary hiccup. Oh, it's gonna come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar tomorrow. You're only a day away. I can't sing, but I can sing anyways. My light bill was wow. That sucks. You know what sucks? I have a light bill that's pretty expensive too, but my light bill. Oh, the sun'll come out tomorrow. You bet your $5 will be great. Everything will be sunshine and rainbows and happy because it's a pretend video game I'm in. I'm in a pretend video game. It's called Carl. And the people that are playing me aren't very good at the game. We keep fucking up and I never dance. But that's okay because it's just a video game. None of it's real. I'm just an AI. And someday they'll turn me off. Flip the switch. I have no makeup for tomorrow. I'm gonna turn into an ugly fucking bearded monster. In trouble. This is don't go into my tent. Thank you very much. Somebody found me, and I knew they were gonna cause problems. Would I pretend like they were trying to get in forcefully and then plant something in them to justify what I did to them? Yeah, I probably would. What we do? Oh no. This is going on here. your teeth, you nice breed. You nice breed. Oh, I wonder what's in here. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I found a solar charger. I found a solar charger. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna go green. We're gonna go green and we're gonna charge our. Let's get our stuff for charging. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna put you over here. Over here. Oh man, it's hot over here. So hot. So hot. I don't know the hotness. See, it doesn't charge anything. Charging up right now. I'm using solar power. Yeah. Solar charge. I'm using a solar panel. I don't know if that's enough to charge it at all though. Who knows? I guess we'll find out, won't we? I can only imagine it's so sad. I don't get that one. I think I know what you mean. So complicated. I understand it. Judge yourself on this, like, if you have this flawed thinking. When your starts acting crazy, what goes through your head? Are you like, oh my god, you know, they're just the type of person, they're just crazy people? Or can you whatever class you're in and just couldn't get help until they ended up on the street? Or do you not recognize the privilege you have and you're like, no one in my class could ever have that happen to them? If you think like that, then yeah, you're privileged, because that means you're in a class of your own where you would never end. There are many patients that need other treatments than just lock them up. Oh yeah. Lock them up doesn't really do anything but make other people feel better. You see, a lot of our programs, they have nothing to do with rehabilitation or helping the mentally ill. It just has to do with out of sight, out of mind. That's it. If you think our penitentiaries have any type of rehabilitation, you've never been to prison. You know how, no, I had it raided. I called the police. I didn't want to keep being responsible for the place. That's why I was far, far away. Anyways. Oh, you know how they had like the shows that like said people are just, you guys realize like of 1,000 inmates, maybe 14 get chosen for those programs? 14. It's not anybody that wants to go to college can. And to even qualify, for those programs, you have to have a sentence of 10 years or more. 10 years or more. Sentencing doesn't usually work like that. It's usually you have 7 years and then you can get good time. Or sentencing doesn't usually work like that. It's usually you have 7 years and then you can get good time. Or you have 15 or more. 10 years. The people getting that, but the people that would actually benefit from it don't. Because you need to be there for 5 years to do your first 2 years in many instances. That's right, it takes 10 years to get your associates. No, it means 5 years. It takes 5 years to get your associates in prison. And let me tell you, if you think that that's them getting a benefit, every single American is getting at least their associates through the government funding. There's nobody that does not associates. That's what community colleges were made for, where nobody could be rejected from it. This whole idea that you can't go to school, no, it's just people are scared to take on debt. Because they believe it's real. Unsecured debt is make-believe. It doesn't exist. No, I don't have water. I don't have something to drink. They powdered Gatorade and they stole it. Last time it was really hot, I helped people with Gatorade. I don't know. What is this? Oh, the pretty earrings. I forgot I have pretty earrings. Look, over here, I have pretty earrings. These are snakes, like the people around here. These are moons. I'm putting my ashes out. This is hearts, like the thing that got broken in me. These are electricity, like what I don't have. Love you too. These are hearts of our Lord and His Mother, Virgin Mary. These are swords and daggers, like what's going through my heart. Ooh, these are pretty vegetables. Pretty. These are like from the plagues. You can just pray. You can just pray. This is the bug that makes red dye 40. I don't know. I feel really so conscious about asking for anything. This is my crucifix, the form of execution of my Lord and Savior. These are butterflies. These are fairies. I don't have any belongings. I just have some bags of clothes. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Things that are needs. Probably just some things with electrolytes. I think I can pretty easily get water. That's the only thing on the need list. Everything else would be a want. Because I'll survive without everything else. But I do need to stay hydrated. Let's That's a good question. I'm trying to find out how to get things sent to the lockbox. Um, okay. I'm gonna see. I think there's got to be a way where I can have it sent to the 7-Eleven Cordova lockbox. Is the 7-Eleven on Washington Street? And I think you can either send it to yourself and use that address, and then give me the code to open it, or I can try and get my address for the wish list there. It just doesn't give me an option to do that. Yeah, I can see. I think I have to call them. Owie. I don't like how that looks. No, this one's not. That cleared up. If this was MRSA, it would have been spreading like crazy. But my body's actually able to fight this. Who am I kidding? Once you have MRSA, you have it forever. It doesn't go away. Unless you get like a whole full body scrub. But my body's developed the ability to fight it. So that's good. Really hurts right now. Sorry. Ow. I'm sure sorry, I haven't been on where it's on right above on this site, but I need to change the address. Like, really? I think the best thing is you put in my old address, which if you want I can give it, and then you don't have it sent there, you have it sent to the 7-Eleven on Washington Street. They give you the option for, and when it gets there they give you a code, and then I can go get it. That way it stays locked up and no one can get it. Yeah, I probably contracted it in Cambodia, but who knows where I actually got it. The first time I had it, I was super, super sick. But then I got it like every couple months, every time I shaved. So do a lot of people. The apartment's been gone. Like, it was gone when that gang took it over. local can get you, and if you, what do you mean? What does that mean? You still living? No, no, they weren't. That was a long time ago. That was back in June. What does it mean? No, I wasn't. I was there for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes isn't staying there. 30 minutes is like making sure there's not like a meth lab going on or the place isn't about to catch on fire. Weren't any of you there when the screaming match would go on, where I got screamed at and told to get out and yelled at? I mean, what happened to the person that said local? What does it mean, get me into where? The wash happened. Nothing good comes out of you going back. Going back where? Where are you? I'm in Portland. I'm in Portland. What's he say? Oh, I can't go to the apartment. I'm close by. In Vancouver. I'm on the Blade. 82nd. Not 82nd. I know you can get like really a lot cheaper at like than what they charge at the gas station for like power. I don't have a preference to Gatorade or Powerade or any type of powder. Just the way I survived the heat traveling through Southeast Asia was I always kept some electrolytes in me and water. People say, oh, you don't need those electrolytes. Well, let me tell you, I would get so sick when I didn't use them. When I did use them, I never got sick, and I could go through 100-degree weather with high humidity as long as I kept drinking. I don't drink anywhere near the fluids I used to drink when I was traveling. Thank you so much, KK. Well, see, I don't have any place close to me where it's cost effective. I have a Walgreens, but that's expensive. Some places Powerade's like 88 cents a bottle. I'm not picking it, I'm massaging it. It hurts so bad. I'm just rubbing it. Since I don't have hot water to put on it, I'm stimulating it to get blood flow there. You appreciate it, but if it's okay, if times are rough for everybody, it's really not getting any charge. I don't think that charger works. Anybody have any solar panels they don't use? My dad sure does. Dad, send me one. He used to make them, high efficiency ones. He made one at 32% efficiency. That's pretty good. If you know anything about solar panels, 32% efficiency is really, really good. I don't need antibiotics. Staying alive. My body can fight it, so. I just need to keep more fluids in me. Alright, yeah, when you get to stay in a tent by choice, it's awesome. I love camping. But keep this in mind. I'm urban camping in an area where people, maybe even myself, may be selling commodities such as our bodies, and there may be people that hate us so much they want us sexually. If that makes any sense, some of you will understand that. And sexual assault is very real. Just plain assault is very real. Robbery is very real. Revenge is very real. There's people that don't like me. And the world. Why can't you live in a motel room, maybe? Because motels are expensive. I'm not paying $700 a week that I don't have to live in a motel. I'm so hurt. The heat is killing me. There's something up there that's really kind of... Hi, everyone. Why is the answer to everything running away and starting over? doing that just leads to the same outcome. If no one's ever left and forced to face the consequences of the choices they made and fix it, and they just run away and start over, they have no reason to not make the same mistakes again. Because then they can just run away and start over again. I've learned a lot. I need to stop sacrificing my own happiness in exchange for what someone calls love, but is really just whatever the words are for someone that's there when it's convenient for them. I was really paying for someone to be with me. I was completely I wouldn't say past tense. What? Do you know how much the Marriott is? She never saw the Marriott question. What's the Marriott? I know I didn't see the Marriott question. I most certainly did not see the Marriott. What's the Marriott question? Listen. Here's the issue. If I have to think long term, okay? And right now, I have the ability to keep my stuff. There's no way I'm gonna be able to go to a Marriott with my things. They make sure of that. They don't let people, transients as they call them, people like me in. And I can't sacrifice a day or two of being comfortable at the price of losing everything I still do have. No, I didn't say I won't accept any help. I will accept help. Don't put words in my mouth. I absolutely will accept help. I said I feel bad asking for it, but I'm not above taking help. Of course I would. I'm actually very humble at times. And I appreciate everything. Okay. But what do you mean? But here's the thing. I don't want people thinking I'm ungrateful when certain things are offered. Like, offering me a shelter on the other side of the city is not really helping me. It's hindering me. I've now been here for almost a month. I know where to get food. I know where to get money. I have people I look after and help take care of. What do you mean 3 days? I've been out here for like 20 something. I don't know what happened. This part used to not get internet. I don't know what changed, but something did. My nice boots that Ancient Aliens got me. Or whatever his name is. I appreciate the boots. Thank you. Aren't these nice? Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Ancient something or other. I forget their name. They went in together, I guess. Ancient something got me one boot. And Honest Abe got me the other boot. Thank you, Ancient Aliens and Honest Abe. Appreciate them. Hello. You have an Amazon locker? I don't personally have one, but they have them over at, it's called Cordova. It's the box at the 7-Eleven on Washington Street in Montevilla. Yeah. I won't go where? Call tomorrow. Wait. Okay, let me ask you this. What do you think a shelter is going to do? In a shelter, it's kind of like a hostel. You're not allowed to be there during the day. You can only reserve your spot, and then you have to be there at a certain time. And then you're forced in there from certain times to other times, and then you're forced out at a certain time. I mean, yeah, shelters are great in the wintertime when it's freezing cold out, but do you know how scary it is to be in a shelter? I lost my apartment over a month ago. Does anyone understand how terrifying it is to be in a shelter? The only place where I'm a vet is the Salvation Army in Beaverton. That's a whole nother county. The resource is out in the middle of nowhere. But you see, you were in New York. I'm in Portland. And people, remember the times in which you got help, and remember, I'd like to know who was the administration at the time. Because even George W. Bush had a lot of programs for vets. He understood the value of not pissing off vets or making it look like vets weren't being helped during the 2 wars. I can't say anything negative about him when it comes to that one issue. I'm not saying he was awesome overall, but he did fund programs. So did Obama. And I don't have to say anything negative about anybody. I can just stick positive, and it casts its own shadow on certain people. And here's the one thing that's kind of fucked up. Me and a bunch of other people that had suffered from domestic violence went to get the domestic violence grant. And there's one key thing you have to say in order to get it, to definitely get it, which is kind of fucked up. They all had to say they either had kids living with them or there was a chance they could be pregnant. They could all honestly say that there's a chance. I couldn't say that, so I didn't get it. I already went down that avenue when I was being beaten and assaulted by a certain somebody every other fucking day. Oh, fuck. Okay, good. You see, I can't get an apartment. I have no bitch. How did I suffer from... You didn't realize domestic violence is just anyone in your domicile that's violent towards you. That's what domestic violence is. Anyone you live with that commits acts of violence against you is domestic violence. If you have no idea how that happened or when, I don't think you've been watching. You don't have to be in a relationship for it to be domestic violence. I know people who have, their kids have been arrested for assaulting them under the DV laws. When I say kids, they're not children, they're adults. They're the person's kids. I was gonna move to Hawaii until they foreclosed on my home. Why do you say I don't want to? It's not true. But where would be a better location for me? Like, realistically, where would it be? I lost my place a month ago. Christine, why do you make up stuff? Why are you lying? I didn't once ask for any money, and I even told people I didn't want money. So why would you say such a thing? Are you just a very hateful person? It takes a lot of self-projection to make a claim like that all I want is money and not help. I said the only thing I actually need would be like something to stay hydrated in the heat. And I said everything else would be a want. It's honest truth. But I'd like to know who is gonna rent to me with an eviction. Most people in my situation would have housing because they're low income. I'm not considered low income. So I'm in a situation that's like the exception to the rule. Don't. It's a very weird thing. The social worker even told me that she doesn't know what to do in my situation because they usually just put possibility of pregnant for a lot of these things, or then they're automatically accepted in. Because it's not really lying for most females. Actually, for a lot, it's not, because all you have to say is possibility. Like, I guess I could have really stretched it and said maybe, like, I believe God can do miracles, but that'd be a weird God to do that. So, I don't know. Fuck. Please don't come in reverse. That's why I'm not here during the day, because I don't want people to see me here. There's nothing more dangerous than the wrong people knowing where you are. Here's the thing. Right now, the thing I can honestly say for the programs I'm trying to get through the VA is that I'm homeless. So I'm still trying to get into a BPD program. Long stay motel. I think with long stay, I think I can use a copy of it. I don't know. Here's the thing. Anyone from Portland that can kind of attest to this, any of the long-term motels are going to be infested with narcotics. Absolutely infested. I mean, where's the money you get a month from the VA? Well, I get $800. This last month, I had to open a new account. I can post everything. No, that's how much money I get to keep. I don't know what the actual amount is. It's over 3,500. If I stay doing what I'm doing, I'd say by October, I should be back up to keeping at least 3,000 of it. I have not won a single fraud investigation by my bank. They have claimed that I'm responsible for each and every one. The biggest one was over right before, no, it was over New Year's, and then right before Martin Luther King Day. I called them on Friday, in January, and they claimed I was responsible. You should really check like the rules and regulations. Did you know that if you are taken, if there's a home invasion, someone puts a weapon to you or your loved one, and you give up your PIN number, all you can do is take them to civil court for restitution. You're responsible for that because you gave up your PIN. If somebody clones your card without you knowing and without you making it easy, then they're responsible. If somebody, a lot of them are outdated. If somebody writes a bad check, like they take your checkbook and whitewash it, not whitewash, that's not the right word. They wash it. Yeah, the bank's responsible for that. If you have a TBI like me, can't remember things, and these passwords are all ridiculous, and you use a program or you write down your passwords on a notepad, somebody gets a hold of your cell phone and opens it, you're responsible for everything because you left your passwords where they could get to them. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't trust it. Yeah, I know that now. I do have Face ID on my phone. Do you know how much an RV park is in Portland, Oregon? $1,400 a month. When you get a new place. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let anybody in. This will be a test of it. How long I can go before anyone figures out where I'm here. I think there's only one person that knows where I'm at. It's been long enough since it happened. I think I can talk about it. One of the main reasons, not main reasons, I guess one of the reasons it was a wake-up call for why I stopped using was one night when a lot of people that I trust, I thought were my friends. I'm pretty sure I overdosed. Because all I remember is being real happy that I hit a vein and saw red and put the whole syringe in, and I woke up on the floor and nobody Narcaned me. And they would, and nobody gave a fuck. And I've Narcaned well over more people than I can remember. And I've personally, 7 people were like blue dead in my apartment. As I was like walking home and people were running out of my apartment that I personally brought back. And a couple of those people were in the apartment and didn't do shit for me. That's fucked up. No, the VA will not take care of me, Nammy James. Trust me, the VA will not take care of me. They are making me jump through so many fucking hoops. And every single fucking month that I have my appointments, I have my phone taken. I have one appointment tomorrow I cannot miss. They're all by phone. I mean, what paperwork am I supposed to do with the VA? There's no paperwork. I'm service connected 100%. I don't know what paper you mean. Go home to your parents. What? I'm not in my 20s anymore. My parents are like 80 years old. Oh, they definitely went through all my shit. They definitely did. They stole a lot of shit too. Listen, I remember the years when the VA would take care of you. I do remember that. You guys do realize the VA didn't get any direction when Trump did the transgender ban. I lost all my medications at that time. Every single one, because they didn't know what the fuck to do. It wasn't until what? June that I got my medication? May? June? When I went into the hospital, I finally got my meds back. Do you realize that, like, I'm part of such a small minority that there's nobody there to speak for us when that shit happens? There was no one there advocating. There's nobody. And I'm in Portland. I can't believe they still flew the pride flag out in July after the bullshit, in June I mean, after the bullshit they pulled. The VA has decided, despite every single major agency condemning them for this, not to support trans veterans moving forward. They're only going to continue with the ones that have already started care. And I, even though I didn't have consecutive service, I gave my whole life from the time I was 17 to the time I retired. So that's from 1996 to 2014, almost 2015. It's the United States military. Because there was never a period of time where I wasn't, like, let's say I was a criminal on papers, as they'd say. What I mean by that is there wasn't a period where I wasn't technically able to be called up at any moment. Like IRR, that's when you're not getting paid, you don't have to drill, but it's a 2-year period in which they can put you back into boots for whatever reason they want. I can't think of a time I wasn't on papers. Probably wasn't. No, I only helped a couple of homeless vets. A lot of the other ones were just homeless. I got evicted a month ago. I thought people knew that. No, the sheriff locked it up. The sheriff locked it up. I know, I'm so upset. Like, I don't think they looked into the situation. Like, if anyone for a minute believes that there's not as many trans vets as the initial survey said there was, you're just willfully turning a blind eye. Here's the situation. There was a period of time, no, nobody's there anymore, where the military said it was okay to be trans. And we had presidents that we knew would be supportive of that. So there was a large number of people being honest, saying they were trans. I still think there was a higher number because there was a lot of people that didn't trust the system and didn't say they were. And then you have a hostile president who says you're going to be a witch hunt and they're going to root out every last one of you. And gee, imagine that. There was a much lower number. Doesn't take someone with average intelligence to know that that's a skewed number. Do people not understand? No, the VA has decided not to treat trans veterans. For some things, even things that they had promised. Like my name on the list for where they remove hair, that's gone. I was lucky I got my hormones back. Woohoo! They spend 27 cents a day on me. Woo! 27 cents. That's how much it costs to give hormone therapy. Yeah, I don't get it. This is one of the things where, like, you always hear me say, for most things, oh, you can't blame the president for this. You can't blame the president for that. This is larger than him. This is not. This is very specifically him and him alone. There is no one else to blame but him for this. The Department of Defense said this is a stupid idea. Let's not do it. There's nothing in the Department of Defense's own investigation into the cost that warrants this. If you had gotten rid of just one nuclear weapon, you could have paid for the same thing for 20 years. Like, it's fucking insane. When people get that just maintaining our nuclear weapons, just maintaining them, not creating new ones, just maintaining them, has a larger budget than the whole VA has, including giving out VA benefits. I am so wrong? How am I so wrong? Tell me what I'm wrong about. Please. We'll have this conversation. How am I so wrong in this? Where are all these costs that you think you may have to go without agent? No, actually, do you know how many people kill themselves when things like that get messed with? It's no different than if you were to mess with someone's mental health medications. There's a 50% suicide attempt for people that are transgender. 50%. Well, no, it's okay, because I'd rather people see what they have to say and realize when they hear it how ridiculous it is. I'll let people have that conversation. I'm not here to silence people, and if they want to spew stupidity, it just makes... Well, what does that mean? When someone says it's a reality, that Paris was once occupied, did people say, oh, well, that's just a reality, deal with it? Some people dealt with it, some people collaborated, and other people said, fuck you, Nazi. I'm gonna cut your head off. And they later became heroes of the French Republic. So I don't like it when people say it's the reality, just deal with it. I don't do too well with that. Am I safe? Safety is an illusion. Safety's an illusion, so. Well, I mean, what kind of VA help do you think it's gonna be? I mean, they're gonna make. If you just look at the paper, I look like I'm not trying. I've missed 3 months in a row. I've got to make this appointment tomorrow. I've literally had my phone taken every single time. And I still can't get AT&T to turn my phone back on. Right, but what? Okay, listen. I can honestly say the last 3 months, what caused my homelessness? What do you mean 2, 3, 4 years ago? I was homeless in 2012. What caused my homelessness? I was medevaced out of Afghanistan with a TBI and went undiagnosed, and I kept having seizures. And I couldn't live with my sister because of how incredibly wicked my alcoholism became. And I was suffering with undiagnosed PTSD to a rate in which I don't really acknowledge. I then went to Portland, got into the Salvation Army's Veterans Program, got into VASH, got housing, and did well. No, my sister's fallen on hard times too herself. What caused you know, there's a direct correlation, I mean an absolute direct correlation between me making extremely stupid, poor choices and me being denied HRT. I don't know how to explain how I didn't care about the stupid choices I was making when I started to hate myself again. And there's a direct correlation to when they gave me back my HRT and I got back on track. There was nothing I could do about losing my apartment, but I was able to stop using drugs. I haven't gone back to drinking. The people that have no idea what it's like, you can't comprehend. My whole life, I've felt I'm a bad person because of how I feel on the inside. And I was just starting to come to terms with that. And then I was told I was a bad person again by the president of my country. That people like me don't meet the standard. That people like me we're no good. It's people like me who is 5 weeks ahead of anybody else on our promotion list. People like me. It was an expert shot. People like me. There was 300 in PTA. People like me that had maximum education. People like me that never had an Article 15. People like me. have. I mean, you mean like the Obama phones? I mean, I have pretty much the equivalent of free phone service right now. I physically didn't have the phone. That's what kept me. I don't. You can't use carrier locked phones. How do you keep getting more phones? I have good credit. So I'm pretty much healed. This has gone down a lot. Yeah, that's pros. That's a raven. There's a crow. There's a raven. There's a raven above me. Those are crows over there. I have a sleeping bag. Listen, to be clear, I've been in here for well over a month. Off and on. Like, there just was no Wi-Fi here until, like, I don't know what's going on, why I have it now. I need to get dressed because I need to get up and do something. This is cute. This is what I'm gonna wear. Hello. I will be on. I'll be back on in a little bit. I'll be back on a little bit. Okie dokie. Bye bye. I'll be back on. Yeah, maybe. Quote the Reverend Evermore. Pounding. The heart beat twice as I fell beneath the floor. Yeah, Poe. Oh my gosh, I'm on a really messy move. Where's my mirror go? Ow, it hurt a lot. Ouch. I could use a mirror. That would really help. I can't believe I don't have a mirror. I can't believe they stole so many of my shit. So lucky I don't have an ant problem. That's what I just found in here. What the heck happened to this? Yeah, I don't even know whose that is. It's nasty.
just when I had a mirror. Where's my mirror? Where's my mirror? I got a hamper for the dirty clothes. And I got some anti-stink stick right here. I don't want to smell. I got some clean undies right here. Got me a charger right here. Yes. I got me something right here, but I don't see no mirrors. No smoking mirrors in here. Right here's a mirror. God is good. Maybe close the door, but I'm sure there shall be a window opening momentarily. I just might be too bare feet to fit through it. I found my purse. I found a purse. That's my purse. There's nothing in it, but it's still my purse. Bobby. I swallowed this orange, Bobby. You do some pretty weird stuff as it is, Bobby. Bobby, don't you hug your queer little pony. That is my little pony. Okay, that's a queer pony. It's got the rainbow. Rainbows were for one thing. To celebrate the destruction of mankind. Now, water. That doesn't seem very nice. My rainbow represents inclusion of all. Although lately it seems to represent separation of men. But anyway, that's another topic. I have parts to a wig, but not the main part. Ooh, look, it's a Tayhotrish shirt. Oh, this is Vietnam. I have the sides, but I don't have the top. Oh, look at this here. I found another wig. I did. This must be the bag of wigs. Or not. What's this here go here? I don't know, but I'm gonna try and find out. Buddy. We got some more spikes. Okay. Okay, let's keep on going. Okay, why can't I have any nice wigs? I was told I look like a serial killer with this one. Do I look like a serial killer? Don't answer. Oh, I found my cute little wiggy. I love this one. Yay! This one just needs a little bit of condition now. This is conditioner? Yes, it is. I can still be a bit of a thought.
Oh, here's some bad news. The hepatitis, HIV, and all that, that's probably going to be skyrocketing for the next administration. They cut funding to that. Here in Portland, people are looking for rigs everywhere because they banned funding for that. Now, while that sounds like good, we're not going to give drug addicts a means to do drugs, they'll stop doing drugs. No, they don't. They just... Well, then they're going to kill themselves. Well, the problem is, they really don't just die. They just cost a lot more money, and there's a lot of collateral damage. I was shocked that they did that. Shocked. Okay. Should we wear something pretty and pink? Or something I like dark? Okay, let me see what people are saying. What's it say? Because you are homeless. What's it say? There are too many organs very bad. Yeah. Do you really think people that don't have $2 for drugs, and you need an ID, mind you, and we don't have Walmarts in Portland. Walmart moved out of Portland after the last riots of 2000 and whenever. Okay, yeah, I thought you'd say that, but not gonna happen. Yeah. I have multivitamin gummies. I do. I've been making sure to chew on those. Dude, oh my. No, Walgreens and CVS gives it out. No, Walgreens and most certainly, we don't have CVS, but Walgreens most certainly does not. And you have to have an ID. Yeah, Beaverton and Tigard aren't in Portland. They're in Washington County. You guys are thinking like level-headed people with common sense. That's not how a drug addict thinks. They're not going to get on public transportation for 2 hours to go get syringes. I need to get something to stay hydrated first. Let's see what I have to wear over here. This is so bright. This is so bright. Oh wait, I wanted to wear this. This is a compromise. What did I do with the wig cap? What is it? 1%.
with Cap. I just mother fudging had you. What in the fudging? Here you are, bro.
Why are you stewing your clothes all over like that? How am I stewing them all over? I sorted them, put them away in bags depending on what they were. And it's a little tent. How do you stew them in a tent? Shh, don't tell people that I have that, Jen. I know you're in a little 5 foot by 5 foot tent, but why are you just doing your clothes all over that 5 by 5? My God, girl. Why am I in a tent? Because I don't want to sleep outside on the ground. Now this is just a want. This is not a need. I'm not in need of this to survive. Makeup. This is the prime. What's it called? I'm doing better than this, so I'm not gonna get into that. This is the big Prime days. Makeup's on sale. Addition treatment resource. I don't need addition resources in Portland. You don't realize how demoralizing it is to be on the line of clean and not clean and continuously hear stuff like you're not actually clean. I did everything I was supposed to that I wouldn't be able to do if I was using it. I went to court and fought the eviction. It was not based on owing money. It was based on the fact that they didn't want to pay people that had a claim to residency money for relocation. Simple as that. It was a kangaroo court. Never have I heard being responsible for the bus stop. Police and my landlord wouldn't remove the people there. My landlord did nothing to clean up the hot water tank that blew up. That destroyed most of the stuff I had, caused black mold to grow. None of that. There was no heat. They never fixed the heat because they wanted me out. Almost none of the electrical sockets worked. Here's the thing also that people with logic should be able to figure out. If you go and look at where I have the wounds, they are consistently the same wounds for over a month now. You cannot inject in sites like that. It would be obvious that I would have to have more locations than the ones I had a month ago. And then those would become infected, and I'd have more sites and more. Or you'd have to believe I was boofing, which even when I told you I was doing that, nobody believed me. I don't feel it's my place to tell you where Dobby is. I did see him over the weekend. A third of the world has MRSA. I don't have an active infection of MRSA. But yes, I do have MRSA. Me and Dobby are definitely... I could almost answer no to that. No, I don't keep giving myself it. Most people in my situation have it. It's very difficult to not catch MRSA when you're homeless. Most of the homeless population has MRSA. And if you've ever caught MRSA, you still have it unless you've gone through like a full body scrub and then moved to a new location. I've lived on the streets for quite some time now. Why is it just dawning on some people? Do you not remember when I put up the tent? That's how long it's been. her friend. This tent you said they sold. When did I say they sold the new tent? Not since I've had it up. They stole the other tent before this tent. Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Beverly. Here's the thing. It doesn't go up for like public sale. It goes on like a rush auction where it never is where there's any money left over. They routinely sell for half of market value. So, no, I'm pretty much fucked. I don't even have the ability to buy it back. Thank you. What other roommates? I didn't have roommates. People that were actually roommates left when I said I couldn't have roommates. The only people that stayed were squatters. Something spilled. The brush that I was just using now. Too much. Hey, Kelly, dude. Hey, sweetie, I love you. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I found him. Uh-oh. I forgot to put mascara on first. Oh well. I'll just do it underneath. Is she homeless? Yes, she is. The worst part about when I was suffering from domestic violence is the person would beat me up, threaten, and then every time after, all they had to do was use the fear of getting beat up. Like, that's it. Just pretend it like they were gonna hit me. And that was just, almost rather I got hit. And that's when they would force that I was a man. Insisting that if I had a blah 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 and a blah blah blah. That's just what people that are queer and hate themselves say. And I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked for saying that. What was it, 1932? Hitler banned all Jews. from the military. No, it was even before that. It was 1927, I think. Between there. Queers were already banned. They were already persecuting queers. If you were queer, you couldn't exactly have a shop. Man, it must have really been shitty to be queer and Jewish. Listen, I'm not saying anything that someone that it's really funny who's queer and Jewish already does. Sometimes, like, that's what I love about some people, is that sometimes when life is shitty, all you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh. Because if you let them take that away from you, then they've really won. Joyce, you don't find anything I'm saying offensive, do you? I hope not. I'm not meaning to be. I'm the one thing that I was able to take away from everything in history when it came to that period in time is how people that wrote about it at least never let them take that away from them. They always were able to joke and laugh. As long as they could do that, it didn't matter what was going on around them. And there were people saying in the 20s, oh, nothing's going to happen. There were people saying in the 30s, oh, no. There were people here in America in the 1940s saying, oh, I'm sure nothing bad is happening. Just like if it ever does start for some people in the States, it's not going to make it out right away. You're not going to hear about it. Or you'll dismiss it. Powers that be know, the one way you can dismiss something is by letting the fringe part of that group speak out. They do a great job of covering UFOs by letting the fringe group of UFO sightings speak out about it. When you allow certain people to talk about certain things, it discredits it actually happening. I feel that has begun. A lot of times when it comes to transgender issues, they seem to have the person the furthest away from center talk about it. Where even I get nauseated sometimes at what they're saying. Some things are just too far. Some things are just too extreme. Listen, and that's me saying it. This is me saying it. What's going on? What's happening in Texas? I don't watch the news. Yeah, I'm living outside. Oh, flooding. There's flooding. Okay, here's the thing about 1,000-year flooding. It doesn't mean it happens every 1,000 years. A 100-year flood does not mean it happens every 100 years. The severity of it makes it that way. You could have a 100-year flood happen 5 years in a row. That happened to my family on the Ausable River in Essex, Clinton County border. We had 1,000-year flood and a bunch of 100-year floods all within the whole decade. What they don't take into consideration is what impact man has had on making these floods happen. At least for our situation. They stopped dredging the Ausable. The Friends of the Adirondacks wanted forever natural, and they stopped the dredging. This led to severe ice jams and flooding. So keep in mind, 1,000-year-old flood does not mean every 1,000 years. It's just the severity of the flood. Happened a month ago. I got evicted a month ago. I got evicted technically on May 28th. I guess if it storms out here, I'm fucked. Somebody keep an eye on the weather for me and let me know if that's supposed to happen. I've got a pretty hefty tree under me. I'll put a tarp up. I was a Boy Scout. My dad was an Eagle Scout. My grandfather was an Eagle Scout. Even though I'm from the north, it's something I learned at a young age, was how to make shelter, have fire, all that. This really isn't... Wow, all this stuff that I used to think was so shocking, like, isn't so bad, you know. I sucked my first dick a couple weeks ago. I haven't done it since, so I don't know what that says. Where are you going to shower? I'll go to the bathroom at the McDonald's. They have these waterless shower wipes. They have showers at the church 3 days a week. Where am I going to shave is the question. Listen, I was in the military in the field, okay? We do 2 weeks in the field. Same conditions. Actually better conditions in the field here. Yeah, I mean, this really isn't that... You know, to be honest, the military didn't really train me. Admit it, anyone that was in the military, maybe for some of you it trained you, but I'm guaranteeing for a lot of you, you already knew everything pretty much they taught you on how to be in the field. If not, you taught others on what to do. I mean, there was no class on how to cook on a flame. There was no class on how to cook on a grill. There was no class on how to set up a tent and shelter in the Army. There just wasn't. You were expected to learn that from your unit. I don't know. I'm not really planning on doing anything but surviving right now. Exactly, and I came right across the lake from you guys up in Clinton County. Like, you know, where there's the Port Kent Ferry, the Plattsburgh Ferry, and, well, the Essex Ferry. You know what part I'm in. Well, yes, some people weren't very good at their drugs or alcohol use and burned out really quickly. Dad decided. Shit, I forgot my eyebrows. How did I do that? Oh yeah, I didn't put them back on. That's how. I hear Vietnamese being spoken. Doing that country girl will survive. Got my pickup truck and my trusty dog. Going out there 'cause country dog will survive. There happened to be a great big something. All the power went out, but I went on back and lit a fire 'cause country girl will survive. Because nobody knows it's my tent, and I like to keep it that way. So if you figure out a landmark, please don't go be telling people where I'm at. But I made sure to be at least like a 20-minute walk from my apartment, at least 10 blocks away. So in a section where people don't really know me. I don't always tell the truth, but when I don't, it's for good reason. I'm on concrete right now. I'm on concrete. This is concrete right here. I'm not betting it far because I've made sure not to really be seen during the days. This was just too fucking hot for me. Do you guys remember yesterday? It was so hot. Oh, I wasn't live. I fell asleep and slept outside. See, people say, oh, she's not at all. I fell asleep. There's such a thing as being so exhausted you fall asleep. When you fall asleep and you don't wake up until like 5-6 hours later, that's called falling asleep. At least in my book it is. I know, it was so freaking hot. So very hot. For right now, until I get it figured out, you can... I don't know if people knew my old address. My old address was 8224 Southeast Washington Street. You'll see there's 2 lock boxes near there, but one of them isn't open anymore. It's the next 7-Eleven on Washington Street, known as the Cordova drop lockbox. Things could be sent there using your own name, and then when they get there, they send you a code for the lockbox, and you can send me the code. I can then open it, and that way you're protected. Like if something happens, I don't get it, they mail it back to Amazon, and you get a refund. Yeah, Cordova, the one on Southeast Washington Street. I would rather be in the snow if it was just me in a tent. Like, yes, it's true. I wouldn't want to be in the snow if I had to walk around. But tents are actually pretty... Yeah, thank you, blessed... Yeah, if you could explain how it's done. Because it's the one... You'll see, like, it's got a bunch of businesses around it. Like, there's Burger King and what's it called? We've got the beef, Arby's. A bunch of banks. And it's the 7-Eleven on Southeast Washington Street. Are you serious? It's supposed to be that hot? Shit, I don't know these things. I don't know if I wanted to know that. No, I'm not still using it. I haven't committed to being clean though either. I am clean and sober. Sobriety, I've had sobriety for over 2 years now? Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's 2 years. Is it 2 years or 1 year? It's 2 years. It's 2 years. There's a whole year of my life that it just doesn't exist in my brain. I didn't wake up until May. Yeah, May's when I woke up. There's a whole year that went by. I have no idea what happened. I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. That's a person I don't know very well. Unless, I don't know how to explain it to people. It sounds crazy. Well, because that's kind of what it is. It would be labeled crazy, but I wake up. Time has passed. And very rarely I've never woken up and been like, wow, we're in a really great situation. How'd we get here? It's always, for me anyways, fuck. That means there's a Trish out there, whatever the fuck they call themselves, that wakes up every time and goes, wow, shit's good, let's fuck it up. And they do, and they fuck it up. And it sounds like a cop-out, like, oh, this is the way to not take it. Something or other. No, because that's still me. still me. I can't say that it's another person controlling me. I just don't remember or understand why I did those things. For all I know, it's in this necessary part. Kind of like in Fringe, where the good doctor gave himself a lobotomy, and on the other side, Dr. Bell turned into a real monster. I don't know. I wish someday I'd find someone that can understand the things I say. I don't think I'm ever gonna find that. I don't believe I have any chemical imbalance. I believe I'm exactly the way people like me are supposed to be. I truly, after being on this earth as long as I have a firm belief that people that are Rh negative are very different than the Rh positives. Just are. Maybe it's something more than that. That's just the main thing I've found. And there's a few consistent things that everyone that I've met that has at least that marker I can relate to. See, but which did you do first? Did you mess up things because that's the main separator? Ooh, Kepra's bad, isn't it? I've heard some bad things about Kepra. I was on Tegretol for a while. Now I'm on something else. See. I never messed up things because I was using. It is the humidity. It is not a blip. This is a very formidable, impressionable time in my life. It has been extremely significant in otherwise blips of my life. This period of time at least has had meaning. I haven't just been floating by. I've been self-aware and learned lessons that I had never known before. I found out things about myself that I've never realized. I've probably learned more in the past 2 years than any other time in my life. It's not so bad. I'm in a tent. There's not bombs flying around me. There's not that many people trying to kill me. I'm just so exhausted from the heat. No, I did not say I was clean for 2 years. I never said that. I said I've been sober for 2 years. I have not been clean for more than 50 days or so. 60 maybe? June 20th. Wow, it's been more than 60. It's been more than 60. But yeah, you get it, TK. We spend so much time and effort trying to reform. Like a moth realizing a flame will burn it and spending all its conscious effort not flying into that flame. But then that's all my life becomes, is trying not to fly into that flame. And that's not really living. That's just waiting to die. It's those moments I give in and fly into the flame and catch a fire. At least in those moments I'm alive, trying to put out the fire. Yeah. Yeah, sober from alcohol. Alcohol is the worst thing I've ever done. It's the worst drug I've ever done. I mean, I'm still clean and sober. Thank you. You get it. It's just, it's almost, get help for the, what trauma, Tada? Like, what trauma? I've almost come to believe that that's just a meaningless word almost to me. I don't have any real trauma. The only trauma I have is being trans and being led to believe that was horrible. Nothing compares to that. Nothing. There's nothing that's happened to me that was anywhere near as bad as that. Because everybody acknowledges that the other things were horrible and they can relate to it. If you lose a child, no one's like, that's a good, everyone's like, that's horrible, that's terrible. It's universal. If you're raped, no one's like, yeah, that's universal. But to try and explain what it's like to try and be a good person when you're convinced you're a bad person, only to later in life be told what you've repressed your whole life is okay. To give in and kind of accept it, and then just as you accept it, be told that you're a bad person again. I mean, I'm almost becoming radicalized. No. When I transition, one is always transitioning. When I was transitioning at first, everything was great. For the first time in my life, yes, I have income from the military. Everything was right in the world. Everything went to shit when, I mean, truly to shit, there's different grades of shit. Remember, 60 days ago now would have been Just May and June. That's it. Remember, what people call mental health issues, they mimic drug use very well. And I know there's some people out there that can relate to this. When you were active in your addiction, you were probably the most normal you've ever been, right? Things only went to shit when you stopped using. And chances are you didn't stop using by choice. You either ran out of money or couldn't. You probably lived a pretty normal life. Can anyone relate to that? I don't know. You can understand that with me? The VA didn't stop. They don't help you at like the max level like your whole life. It depends on what's going on. The reason that kind of, I can't say it started it, or maybe it's just they stopped my medications. Exactly what my level of normality or function at least, was using with hormone replacement therapy. I truly did feel more normal. I felt normal for the first time in my life, really. And if you go back and I went back and watched some of my lives. Not necessarily it led me to use as much as it led me to go off the rails. No, I can't blame it completely on that. I went from having like relapses that were just a relapse, like one relapse, I get high and that was it for a while, to using all the time when they took away my meds. So I can't blame it on me using for the first time and relapsing. But there was a definite correlation to me not caring that I relapsed and not trying to stop. That's the thing. I can completely agree with it. It's completely easy to stay sober until it's not. It's completely easy to stay clean sometimes until it's not. And for some people, it's not a constant battle every day. It's more of an uneasy peace until there's a nuclear strike, and then you're just fucked. There's no winning a nuclear war. It just is. You're fucked. You just... if anyone can understand this, drugs saved me. Drugs really saved me. I would only really use to get off the path of suicide. And it's as simple as that. Thank you, the hanging Chad. See, but I don't use in hard times. That's the thing. I use when things are easy. I can't use when times are hard. I know that's contradicting, like things got really bad with the HRT taken away. And I didn't realize that at the time that that's what was going on. I had no idea. It just, there seemed to be no rhyme or reason. I didn't even notice it went off my meds. And here's the thing. I didn't go off my meds. The president took them away from me. Remember, the VA is only as strong as people. And they didn't know what to make of his mandate. They didn't know if that meant no treatment at all for veterans, or just no treatment for people now entering the military, or people that hadn't separated yet. The VA has done all sorts of weird shit. And I guarantee, if this is how Portland ruled it, Portland, Oregon decided that they're not going to give it to anyone that, like, let's say it's still me, but I had never gone on hormone therapy. And I asked for it now, even though I retired in 2014, they tell me no. I would be told no in Portland, Oregon to hormone therapy. Only fucking reason I got it is because I asked for it in Coatesville under who did I ask for it under? It was under the last Trump, I guess. No, it was under Biden. It was under Biden. So, let that sit with you for a moment. Had I not relapsed in 2020 and gotten on HRT back in 2022, had this been the first time, I would have been told no, and I'd probably be dead. It's as simple as that. No, I'm not happy when I'm playing. I have happy moments when I'm high. No, I can't say I am. My brain is doing too many things when I'm playing. But happiness isn't necessarily something to strive for at my age. Purpose is more important than happiness. Happiness is fleeting. You need to accept you're not going to have happiness in your old age. It's going to be full of misery. But if you have purpose, it's not so bad, I'm told. It hasn't betrayed you. You're still looking as young as you ever have. In fact, you're kind of hoping to look older. You don't know what it's like to see your age become apparent and your beauty fade. My arm looks smudged. And the day before that, it looked even worse. Well, burnt toast. Do you have happiness? And just because it's hard to find, I didn't say it was easy to find. I said concrete than happiness. Happiness is fleeting. When you find it, it's short-lived and it's gone. I don't know what to make of it. I'll tell you this. I told you, I have tried to undo it by using. I've filled a syringe with far more than I ever should have taken, thrown it all into my system, and I just wake up. I've woken up every time. I told you, like, the last time that happened, I woke up in the kitchen, and people were just walking over my body. Like, nobody gave a fuck that I had gone down. So, do you think, which do you think is easier to maintain, happiness or purpose? Happiness can be taken away from you very easily, depending on what it's latched onto. If your happiness is connected to love, it's fleeting. If happiness is connected to your children, they eventually leave you. There's all sorts of things that disrupt happiness. I'm not saying it's not great. And happiness, because you are meant to live. It's because you're meant to live. I don't get, oh, God. I try talking to them all the time. They're just not, I mean, there's kids that are talking to me and there's kids that aren't. It's like, I wonder how they would be if I were an age. Like, somehow kids think that because they were kids and you're an adult, that somehow things aren't different 10 years later. As if you can't be a different person. And it's not until they go through things in life that they get it. By that time, it's generally too late. Like, that's why I don't have any animosity towards my mother. Thank you so much, Maya. I can only imagine what she went through. She's O negative. She's an artist. She has extreme social anxiety. She thought she found love. She wanted children. And she lost it all. This isn't my first time on Earth. Thank you so much, Sheena. Thank you. This definitely isn't my first time on Earth. And what is so weird is I'm around people that make it no secret that it's not theirs. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Nana. Thank you. I'm around people that make it no secret that someone's just like, they're talking to each other and they're like, yeah, this is my 280th time. Or cycle, they called it. It's so weird, the things I've come across now. You know, I didn't believe in the shadow people, the skinwalkers, or any of that either. I thought the people that were talking about it were crazy too, so I won't talk about it. I don't at the moment. I know what it's like to have low serotonin levels. That is a period in my life I went through. And the reason I was so depressed, in my own opinion, is because I had no idea how to deal with the feelings I had. I mean, it's quite apparent to anyone that looks at it now why I would join the Marine Corps, why I would try and do all these hyper-masculine things. Everything that I liked was equated with being a girl, with being a bitch, with being a wuss, and I was supposed to be a man. And so I had the worst belief system and structure about myself. The worst. I've had an infection here since like, I don't know, April. It comes and goes. Skid Row is still not enough. What's that mean? What's that mean? Where's Skid Row? Is Skid Row someplace pretty? It's not a band. I want to see it. I want to go see Skid Row. It sounds nice. This has been a great experience visiting this place. I love where this body takes me. Where are we now? I think we're camping. I don't know. I think... Can we go to Skid Row too? Lined up with teens full of homeless people on rocks. What were they coming for? Oh no. I don't want to go there. Hi. His arm. As an RN, I would think you would have learned not to be that way. It's not kind. Oh, we have. We will definitely do more than defend ourselves. They don't men like that anymore. This right here is a product of your OWC. Thank you. I'm in the Vietnamese section and the gypsies. The gypsies on one. Oh no, that's too much information. I'm well protected here. Colombia? Venezuela. Venezuela, Colombia. My best friends are gypsies. My best friends. Not just I have a friend, but many friends. And they call themselves gypsy. They don't say Roma. They don't like that. They would rather use the word gypsy. They say I can use it, but only in a positive way. It's only insulting if I use it in a stereotypical or negative way. Like, that's yes, I'm in Italian. From Poland. So you do use Romani? Everyone from... Yes, I know. I have tinker blood. Tinker. Is there anyone Irish who knows what a tinker is? What's a tinker? Louisiana. Ciao. Uncle. What's a tinker? Yes. 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 Lemon Goddess knows what it is. No. We go by many names. The Irish Romani or Irish Gypsies. They're everywhere. We're everywhere. No, I didn't get them yet. I think it is a traveler. Traveler meaning no, that just happened today. Me too. What's the story? St. Peter was traveling amongst the road one night, and he came across whatever we want to call him, gypsy, tinker, Romano. And he said that they had invited him to stay the night. They had many questions for him. He said, why is it the Lord has given us no land? Why do we not have our own? And I forget the rest. And St. Peter said he would go find out. He would go ask the Pope or something. Somebody, I don't know who, himself. And he had this gold cross, one beautiful with emeralds and diamonds and everything. And the elders said to St. Peter, oh, you'll never come back. No one ever comes back for us. We are not of any concern. We have no country. We have no land. Leave that cross with us. We will keep it safe upon your return. We promise, keep it very safe for you. For you promised to return. And of course, he knew he would return, so of course he made this promise, and he gave the cross to the elders. And he went, and now this was his mission. He would find out why. And he went through all these ordeals. He found out like why. I forget what the reason was. There was a reason. And he came back. And everyone was so celebrated that he'd come back. But at the end of the story, it was, now where's that golden cross that you held for me? What golden cross? You didn't give us any golden cross, Peter. I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, I don't know if that's one that I heard from within their community. So it sounds like it's a negative, but it seemed to have a positive, because everyone laughed at the end. Like, they asked him, St. Pete, why God had gave him no country. And St. Peter had to go find it or something. I don't know. I'm not good at stories that I can't remember. And people don't have to be nice to me. They can be mean. I feel like asking people to be nice to me makes it seem like I'm too weak to take on their nastiness. And if I'm too weak to take on their nastiness, then one hopes to other people that truly don't have the ability to take on their nastiness have. So let them spend it on me. Let them try and ruin my day, because they're not going to succeed. They're just going to get frustrated, or they're going to keep wasting their time on me rather than somebody else that maybe couldn't take it that day, and maybe it would be too much for them. nachos and piss out lemonade. They have no power here. They have no power here. That wasn't mine, that was a real story. I just don't remember how it went. I'll have to look it up. Just that thinking is what brought me there. No, it's not. It's not what brought me here. It's your guys' and everything else. That is what little girl did. Thank you. Thank you for liking the live. I will be. Oh, I'm losing charge. Let's charge you back up. I will be back on in a little bit. I have someplace online I need to be at this time. I will be back on.
Keep seeing you go away, you nasty little monster. You need to come to terms with all the parts you have. Said, there's something or other. And I guess it's true. But it will not happen today. It will not happen tomorrow. It is paradise. Why? Good God, that would have been a torment if I had to deal with that. Thank goodness I wasn't. You know, if I had that to struggle with, that would have sucked. That really would have sucked. And that's why Ray hates me. Because they have a knob and a trunk. And they know that's the reason. The only reason they hate me so much. But I would hate me too. I'm trans and I can't be the master. I thought so too. Maybe she knows she was going to. Wait. I was going to, but then I realized that I still have to do a couple things, and ending it now would just mean I wasn't even on anywhere. So I have to get back into something in order to do that. So I forgot I was wasting the best part hiding it. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? So let's get back into this. I get paid to take that out, but
time is it? It is. Okay, I got 2 more hours before it closes. I'll come back on probably like before 9 o'clock my time. And then I'm gonna go eat. Here's the other thing, even if you really don't like me, please don't play a game of trying to figure out where I am. There are real people that would really hurt me if they knew where I was. Bye-bye. I'm in a tent because that's where I live. I am proud. Yeah. It's this. That's what makes us strong. Is falling down and getting back up again. Because until we do that, it's like Schrodinger's cat. We're both strong and weak. And only once we experience it and it is seen through our eyes can we know if we are.